Welcome. Today, we're diving into Mark Manson's thought-provoking book, Everything is cked, a book about hope. This book explores why, despite living in an age of abundance, so many people feel hopeless and lost. Manson draws from sociology, psychology, and philosophy to challenge our assumptions about happiness, pain, and meaning. In this video, we'll break down the core ideas, actionable insights, and powerful quotes that can help you carve out a more meaningful existence. Whether you're new to personal development or a seasoned reader, there's something here for everyone. Let's get started by exploring why the world feels so chaotic, even when things seem better than ever. Despite economic and technological advancements, many people today feel more hopeless than ever. Manson suggests that our sense of meaning hasn't kept pace with our material progress. We're healthier, wealthier, and freer, yet something feels off. This paradox is at the heart of the book. Why does progress sometimes make us feel worse? Manson argues that pain is necessary for growth, and that hope, while essential, can also be dangerous if misplaced. Understanding this tension is the first step to reclaiming a sense of purpose in a confusing world. Manson introduces us to what he calls the uncomfortable truth. In the grand scheme of the universe, nothing really matters. Our daily routines and ambitions are often just distractions from this reality. While this idea can feel unsettling, it also opens the door to self-belief and hope. If nothing truly matters, we're free to create our own meaning. Hope becomes the fuel that keeps us moving forward, even when life feels overwhelming. Embracing this uncomfortable truth is the foundation for building a more resilient mindset. When faced with the vastness of the universe and the seeming insignificance of our lives, self-belief becomes crucial. Manson emphasizes that hope requires a sense of control and self-value. Even if nothing matters on a cosmic scale, believing in yourself gives you the strength to face challenges and find purpose. Self-belief is what helps you push through difficult times, reminding you that you have the power to shape your own experience. This mindset shift is essential for overcoming feelings of hopelessness. Key insight from the book is that the opposite of happiness isn't sadness, it's hopelessness. When we lose hope, we stop believing that change is possible and life can feel stagnant. Manson explains that to build and maintain hope, we need three things: a sense of control, a belief in something valuable, and a supportive community. These elements work together to keep us motivated and resilient, even when times are tough. Without hope, we risk falling into patterns of addiction, poor decisions, and self-destruction. To escape hopelessness, Manson suggests focusing on three essentials: control, values, and community. First, feeling in control of your life helps you believe you can influence your fate. Second, finding something valuable to work toward gives your actions meaning. Third, being part of a community with shared values provides support and motivation. By nurturing these three areas, you can rebuild hope and move toward a more fulfilling life. It's not about eliminating pain, but about finding purpose through it. If you're struggling to find meaning in your day-to-day life, Manson recommends taking action, any action. Start something new, pursue a project, or join a group that shares your values. Action leads to motivation, and motivation helps you regain a sense of control. By caring about something greater than yourself, you gradually build back hope. Remember, community is crucial. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people can make all the difference when you're feeling lost. Manson introduces the concept of the thinking brain and the feeling brain. The thinking brain is responsible for logic and decision-making, while the feeling brain governs emotions, intuition, and impulses. These two parts of your mind work together, but often in conflict. The feeling brain drives your actions, while the thinking brain tries to map out the best route. Understanding this dynamic is key to making better decisions and achieving your goals. To function at your best, you need to strike a balance between your thinking brain and feeling brain. Manson suggests actively questioning your thoughts and feelings. For example, if you're considering a big change, ask your feeling brain how it feels about the decision. Use your thinking brain to plan, but let your feeling brain help carry out those plans. This balance leads to more effective goal setting and personal growth. Ever wonder why you don't do things you know you should? Manson explains that it's usually because you don't feel like it. Emotional obstacles, not a lack of discipline, are often the real barriers. Problems like procrastination or addiction are rooted in emotion, not logic. Recognizing this helps you approach your challenges differently, focusing on emotional solutions rather than just willpower. Since emotional problems are irrational, they require emotional solutions. Manson encourages self-knowledge and self-evaluation as tools for unraveling emotional gaps. By understanding your feelings and motivations, you can start to address the root causes of your struggles. This process takes intentional personal development and a willingness to ask your feeling brain to act differently. Over time, this leads to greater peace of mind. One of the book's most powerful messages is that change requires pain. There's no growth without discomfort. To become someone new, you must grieve the loss of who you used to be. This process is often uncomfortable, but it's necessary for real transformation. Whether you're trying to break a habit or pursue a new goal, embracing pain is part of the journey. As humans, we naturally avoid pain and seek pleasure, but Manson argues that avoiding pain can actually hold us back. For example, if you want to lose weight, you'll need to endure the discomfort of exercise and dietary changes. The initial pain is tough, but pushing through it leads to growth and evolution. Stepping outside your comfort zone is the only way to achieve lasting change. Manson encourages readers to take massive action, even when it hurts. The pain you experience at first is a sign that you're growing. Over time, the discomfort fades and is replaced by a sense of accomplishment and inner peace. The key is to stay focused and push through the initial resistance. The rewards of change are worth the struggle. One of Manson's crucial quotes is, "Freedom itself demands discomfort." True freedom isn't about avoiding pain, but about facing it head-on. When you accept discomfort as part of the process, you gain the freedom to pursue your goals without fear. This mindset shift can help you break free from self-imposed limitations and live more authentically. Hope is essential, but it can also be dangerous if we place it in the wrong things. Manson warns that our dreams and aspirations are often flawed, and achieving them can sometimes destroy the very hope that motivated us. The key is to recognize the limits of hope and to be flexible in our expectations. This awareness helps us avoid disappointment and find deeper fulfillment. Manson points out that by experiencing our hopes, we sometimes lose them. When our dreams come true, we often realize they weren't as perfect as we imagined. This realization can be disappointing, but it's also an opportunity for growth. By accepting the imperfections of reality, we can develop a more mature and resilient sense of hope. Pain isn't just something to be avoided, it's a path to meaning. Manson argues that embracing pain is essential for a fulfilling life. When we face our struggles head-on, we discover strengths we didn't know we had. Pain teaches us resilience, empathy, and the value of perseverance. Rather than running from discomfort, we should see it as an opportunity for personal growth. Let's recap the main lessons from Everything is cked. First, meaning is something we create, not something we find. Second, hope is vital, but it must be grounded in reality. Third, pain is a necessary part of growth and change. Finally, balancing logic and emotion helps us make better decisions. By applying these insights, we can build a more meaningful and resilient life. How can you apply these lessons in your own life? Start by embracing discomfort and seeking out challenges that push you to grow. Focus on building hope through control, values, and community. Balance your logical and emotional sides and don't be afraid to take action, even when it feels uncomfortable. Remember, the journey to meaning is ongoing and every step counts. Mark Manson's Everything is cked challenges us to rethink our relationship with pain, hope, and meaning. By facing the uncomfortable truths of life, we can build resilience and find fulfillment, even in chaotic times. Remember, freedom demands discomfort, and pain is a necessary part of growth. Keep striving, keep believing, and let hope guide you toward a more meaningful existence. Thanks for joining us on this journey here to embracing life, with all its ups and downs.